Alright, we're going to go ahead and install these new shifters. One thing I showed you in the last video was these tools, these two tools that you need. I used my my bike hexes, but I struggled with them a little bit in the last video, so I've got this Allen wrench instead. So I shouldn't struggle too much with that one. This tool here is for in case you have to go buy new cables. They come with both ends on the cables, so they're universal that way. So we need this end for that brake. This end can go away, so we want to cut this one. And it's very important to wait to cut these until you're actually ready to install them, because what will happen is this cable will unfray as it sits without this end on there. And I don't have the little silver pieces to clamp back on there. So what I want to do is I want to get this installed on the bike as quickly as I can. So I want to make sure I got I'll do the rear first for the rear derailleur, the rear brake. Rear derailleur cable is already installed, came with the shifter. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Okay. That's a nice clean cut. That's important because you're trying to fish it through these holes, and that goes right through there. And there's a hole down the side that it comes back out of. And it's important to make sure you get it through the hole and don't try to force it, because when you try to force it, you're going to unfray the cable, or you're going to make the cable fray. So there. That's good. That's ready to install on the bike, except for I got to take this clamp off. So I'm going to go ahead and take that clamp off. And again, I'm using the old clamp so I don't have to untape the handlebars. This is a little time-saving tip that I give you. There, that one's off. So now we're going to go ahead and get this joker going. So here we got the rear derailleur and the rear brake. Making sure I'm putting this is the front derailleur. Put that over there so I don't get them confused. Rear brake, rear derailleur. This is the rear derailleur cable. I'm going to fish that through. Coming out here. And then it's going to go down towards the middle of the bike. Takes a little getting on the floor. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm on the floor. A little bracket under the bike that holds the cable in place. Fish it through there. And then fish it through the frame mounting. Fish it through the rear derailleur cable housing. And that's ready to be installed on the rear derailleur. I'm going to do that last. So now we got the rear brake cable. I'm going to put that through the rear brake cable housing. And again, just fish it through, and if it snags, if it snags like it just did, and pull it backwards, and push it through. Because what will happen is, like I said, if you force it, you're going to fray that cable. And once you fray that cable, if you haven't got it fished to where it's got to go, you'll never get it to where it needs to go. So get that thing fished where you want it to go. And everything ready to go. I'm not going to hook this rear derailleur cable up to the rear, the rear brake cable up to the rear brake because I got some adjusting to do. So what I'm really trying to do is just get this cable installed and at the length it needs to be before I go doing anything else with it. So and see what I did there? I got this cable in the wrong spot. But that's okay. It works just good still like that. So now that shifter is ready to get mounted onto the handlebar. So get this thing in place the best you can. And it's a little fumbly. Should totally work. This part's a little hard trial and error because you can't see where the hex is and the screw is. You just got to try to get it as best as you can. And start tightening it down, and then after a few turns test to see if it's grabbing it, and if it's not, readjust and try again. I think I got it until you get it, and I got it. So that's cool. That's not there. If you have a bike torque wrench, it's good to use that now. But also, if you just get it so it doesn't wiggle, that's good enough. And then again, get these cables where they need to go, these cable housings. That one's good. And that one's done except for the adjustment. We'll go ahead and get the cables on and get them adjusted in a little bit. You might see me picking something off the floor. It's this little thing right here. This goes on the cable to keep it keep it from hitting the frame. I forgot to take those off when I started working. Alright, now we'll do the next one. So again, take these little, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Take these little ends off. Get them nice and clean, nice clean cut. So then you can fish them through all these little holes where they go. And then again, can't stress this enough, don't force it. If it doesn't go, back the cable back out and do it again. If you try forcing it, then you're going to mess around and fray that cable. I'm just going to take this clamp off on this side. And it's off. So now, front derailleur. Needs to go through this cable that fell off. Fish that through. Nice and easy. Like it when things work out. And then through there.